All right, guys, good morning. Max here with the Landfather YouTube channel. Today, I'm going through an unboxing video of these two items. This is the Harbor Freight Titanium Flux 125 welder and their 9.3 square inch auto darkening welding helmet. I'm doing this for multiple reasons, but this is my bucket list. I started working on this when I was 16 years old, and it currently has 215 items on it. I think the likelihood that I do a lot of them is pretty low, but number 204 was learn to weld. So that's what I'm going to try and do with this little piece of equipment. And I also had I wear contacts, and I had a refund, a rebate, prepaid Visa card refund that came in that was conveniently exactly the price of this on the recent sale that they've had on it. So just kind of picked it up, been thinking about it for a while. So let's get them opened up and see how they work. All right, so I'm going to start with the welder itself, and let's go ahead and get it opened up. It's not a huge welder. Again, it's the Flux 125. Comes with a quick start guide, one contact tip, two tip covers, I believe. Get that out of here. And then well, that's everything that came in the box. So let's get this unwrapped. It's got a little of that Chinesium Harbor Freight smell to it, which I don't know, to me sometimes just smells like deals. Packaged pretty well. See. It is pretty small. That's kind of one of the things that I'm taken by immediately. The grounding clamp feels decent. The wire that it's going to feels decent. The plastic on this handle could feel nicer, but again, I believe this was $150. So, I mean, kind of moderate your expectations appropriately. I'm going to get the helmet opened up, and then we'll take the machine and get some wire in it and maybe do a few tests. All right, so real quick before we get to the helmet, bought some Harbor Freight welding gloves. I think these were about $7. They are leather. They do feel reasonably protective, although they are a little bulky. They had a few more expensive options, but just figuring things out here. Bought some .03 flux core welding wire, which is, from my research, one of the better wire gauges to run in the machine. And I bought a bunch of extra contacts tips because one of the videos I watched about that welder said you go through these fairly quickly, so go ahead and pick some up. But let's see what this helmet's about, shall we? Oops. Oh, very nice. All right, here's the helmet. Why is it so satisfying to peel film off of things? So this whole little screen assembly comes out. There's a place for a few batteries, which are included. So that's really good news. Does anybody else kind of hate these little round batteries? I don't really know why. I just don't really like them. It's finally raining, which is some of the audio you might pick up in this video. It hasn't rained here in over 3 weeks, and it's just been depressingly dry and awful. And despite that, the food plot I planted and documented on the channel has grown really well, and with a couple days of rain, it should be choice. Per the chart in here, the suggested shade number comfort for flux core welding is 11. I'm gonna probably take it to 12 just for fun. There's a welding and a grinding setting on here, and a sensitivity and a delay. So that's pretty interesting. There we go. This little nut here, kind of sharp. So just running down the quick start guide, first thing to do is install the wire spool, which is right here. So you take these off. Oh boy, okay. That was a mistake. Wasn't really expecting it to unspool to that degree. Let me get this back on here. All right, so the spool is on, and I might have to read a few more directions to figure out how to get it out the tip. So upon a little more research, you turn this counterclockwise, which releases it, and this is your feed roller, and you got to make sure that the wire you're using matches the same size. And then I believe you just get it in the hole to start, and then push that back down and tighten this a little bit. All right, so I believe that is the wire loaded into the machine. Let's give it a shot and see if we can't get it to come out the tip. So I think now we turn the power switch on, which is back there. Little fan cut on in there. There is a cold feed switch somewhere in here. Here it is. All right. Got some wire sticking out the tip. Sadly, kind of one of the only pieces of metal I found in my shop that's not galvanized and that's not like important is this piece of pipe. I'm just gonna weld on it a little bit. This is the first time I've ever even held a welding gun, so we'll see what I think. Well, I think my wire feed's a little too fast. Probably should put my gloves on. That's pretty cool. It's really hard to see anything except the little tiny point of light, which is one of the things I was kind of curious about. So I'm gonna try and weld something to it. I don't know what. I'll have to find something, but this is interesting. That was the first time I've ever done it. That was kind of fun. Well, it's really not going to win any beauty contests, but those nails are welded to that pipe. So that's kind of cool. All right, everybody. That's pretty much all for now. I really got to figure out something to actually do with this thing, because I really thought that was kind of fun and interesting, and it seems like a tough, chewy, kind of multifaceted problem, which are things that tend to really captivate and hold my attention. So I can't check it off the bucket list quite yet. I don't know how to weld, but Now I've got some equipment. I'm going to go to YouTube University, figure out some tips and some tricks, and find a project around here that needs to get a little bit of welding done on it. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching. And hey, do you have this welder? What welder do you have? Drop that in the comments below. If you've got any tips for just a total, absolute, does not know left from right amateur, I'd appreciate those too. I'm just here to learn and hopefully entertain and maybe educate along the way about something I know a little bit more about than this. I can't educate anything about welding because I don't have almost any knowledge of it. So thanks for watching. If you guys could, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help. It makes me happy, and it helps me continue to be able to I like to feel like I might be helping somebody. I don't know. Maybe not. But it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to keep doing it. So, peace.